kenali, Ali Kumpulan 4.
Salam sejahtera, saya Lomila Rijus, nomor metrik S33167. Saya dari kumpulan 4.
Oh, hai. Nama saya Steven Gara. Saya berasal dari Miri. Lepas itu saya dari kumpulan 5. Nomor metrik saya S33602. So, bye.
Nama saya ialah Nurul Nazira binti Muhammad Fauziryong. Nombor metrik saya adalah S33594.
Okay, hai. Nama saya Devan Ukap. Saya dari kumpulan 5 dan nombor metrik saya ialah S33599. Okay.
My name is Nervina binti Muhammad Hanafi. My metric number is S33539. I am from group 4. That's all from me.
So now I'm going to talk about the introduction of amphibians. As we know, amphibians are ectothermic vertebrates which is cold-blooded, and there are 4 members of amphibian class. All living amphibians belong to the amphibian group. Amphibians are organisms that can live on land and water. Their habitat, most species are living on the land, underground, in water, on the trees, and also in aquatic ecosystems. Biologically, amphibians are animals that have ability to live in 2 different environments, namely land and water, such as frogs, salamanders, and there are some types of other water frogs. In general, amphibians have physical adaptation that allow them to swim in the water and move to the land. So there are some characteristics of the amphibians. The first one is amphibian can live on land and also in water. The second one is the body of amphibian is covered by the moist, which is they have moist skin. The third one is amphibian children, which is tadpoles. They breathe through gills. They use gills to breathe. The fourth one is they produce slimy and shellless eggs. The last one is they perform an external fertilization. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, seperti mana yang kita lihat kat sini, ini merupakan seekor katak. Katak ini dia mempunyai 4 kaki, kemudian dia mempunyai 2 mata, kemudian kaki belakang dia ni berotot untuk dia melompat apabila dia ingin bergerak ataupun ingin ditangkap mangsa. Kemudian katak ni badan dia agak berlendir. Kemudian dia bernafas menggunakan kulit dia. Okey, itu yang kita dapat lah. Kemudian yang ini merupakan anak katak. Jadi dia masih dalam, mungkin dia dalam golongan belum remaja lagi, masih budak kecil.
Specific name is Hylarana gladosa. The rough-sided frog is a medium-sized to large species of frog which has a broad head and prominent eyes. Its color is ranged from brown to dark brown with dark spots on the back. The sides are light brown and have large dark blotches, while the chin, throat, chest and belly are whitish with many brown spots. Its toes are only half-webbed and have thickened triangular pads at the tips. The skin is covered with slightly raised, round bumps that are most prominent along the sides of the body and the top of the legs. It feeds on insects and other invertebrates. These frogs can make one of the loudest calls among the race. The females may not reach as big as the males, whereas other males can reach a maximum size. For example, from 9 92 mm in SVL, while the female reaching a maximum of 83 mm in SVL. This species inhabits primary forests and coastal mangrove. It can be found in Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand.
Lalu kita dapat lihat lah. Nah, kaki dia panjang. Oke, ini kata ketiga kami yang kami temui.
Cakep. Mata dia ada merah-merah sedikit. Apakah?
Wah, kau cakap, saya pegang.
Kau ya.
Dah kah?
Grass frogs are also a famous frog species that can be found on the forest. Their name is Figervaria limnocaris. This frog species that has pointed snout and its tympanum is distinct. The finger and toe tips of this species are blunted, and the first finger is longer than the second. We can also identify this species because they have oval or elliptical inner metatarsal tubercle, and its back is covered with warts or numerous longitudinal glandular folds. Sometimes, this species turns reddish splotch at the middle of the ventral body and grayish-green or brownish at above skin. Commonly, this species cover with fine or thick vertebral line and its limbs up with dark crossbar. The measurement of SVL for these males are 32 to 50 mm, while for females are 48 to 60 mm. This species can be found in grassland and freshwater wetland. This species also typically found in all types of habitat, especially disturbed forests. We also found tree frog. Their scientific name is Polypidates otilophus. The Borneo ear frog has a very obvious common name. It is a tree frog that looks like it has large spiky ears. These are actually ridges of the bone on the animal's skulls. It is also known as the file-ear tree frog or the bony-headed flying frog. These are some characteristics of this species. From the first characteristic, which is sexing, Borneo ear frogs are fairly easy to sex as adults. Females are much larger than males, with a wider and more stout head. Female will about 1 inch longer than males and are easily 50% heavier. From the color or pattern, in daylight, Borneo ear frogs are a combination of white, tan, black, and brown, patterned in an attractive wood grain pattern. Their sides have a bit of black and white banding which is covered when the frogs tuck their legs against their body to reduce exposed surface area. The last species of amphibian family that we found is Asian common toad, or the scientific name is Deuterifinus melanostictus. The characteristic of this toad is the top of the head has several bony ridges along the edge of the snout, in the front of eye, above the eye, and behind the eye, and have a short one between the eye and the ear. The snout is short and blunt, and the space between the eyes is broader than the upper eyelid width. The eardrum or tympanum is very distinct, and it's at least as wide as 2/3 the diameter of the eye. The first finger is often longer than the second, and the toes are at least halfway but no skin fold occurs along the tarsus. The knee reaches the tympanum or the eye when the hind leg is held parallel along the side of the body. The dorsal side is covered with spiny warts. This Asian common toad breed is still in slow flowing rivers and temporary and permanent ponds and pools. These dots are often seen at night under street lamps, especially when winged termites swarm.